It's the great AM for the great I am. You know, the more I think about the obstacles that I have faced and defeated, I must give myself a pat on the back because most opportunities could leave one for a devastating blow. I mean, a blow that would kind of make you feel like there's no reason to continue moving forward, except for the second you gave up was the very second it was going to change. So, see, for me personally, I have no opportunity to give in to something or to someone who wants me to throw in the towel. See, I can't do that because then that would eventually make me a victim for real. People suffer in silence. And by suffering in silence, what they do is they make their lives very difficult. They make themselves very conditioned. And in this condition, it's like nothing can stop the pain. Nothing can stop the worry, except you. You know, I can say that I'm going through this or that emotionally, and people would just look at that as a sign of weakness, right? Hiding it is not going to help it. It's going to continue to, it's kind of like hiding an onion under the bed. You forget it's there, it's going to ferment, it's going to make its presence known. And when it does, you either have to clean it up and throw it away, or you have to continue to deal with what has been placed there. So I look at life also as a means of understanding who I really am. And there's a lot of people in this world who really are hurting. I mean, they don't want to see people happy. They don't, even when they have everything they need and desire and want, still not good enough. Sometimes you just got to leave them where they are. I remember watching a movie with my kids when they were younger. I think it was called Sammy and the something. I forget. It's been decades. But anyway, they're all in the ocean and they're living their lives. And Sammy is doing what he needs to do. And, things are going crazy in the world, in the sea. And he runs across this person, his friend, and he's like, oh, we got to go help him. We got to go help him. And Sammy's friend says, there's nothing we could do to save him. There's nothing we can do to save anyone who is not willing to save themselves. And when you look at life like that, no matter what another person chooses to do in their lives, you are not accountable. Whether they succeed or fail or, live their lives in secrecy and live their lives in internal pain. See, and these are the things that people don't recognize, that even if you live your life in a silent moment, like as though you are, as Lyric Luciani says, walking amongst people like a ghost, then, when that time comes, people will recognize it anyway. They're going to see the reality of it. So as we go through this day, as we go through this challenge, as we go through this mourning, we don't have to necessarily mourn. We have to remember that it can be a mourning or it can be a grand rising. It's up to you. But I tell you this much, everybody's not going to be living in that moment. People are going to rise above their circumstances, whether 100,000 people feel as if they're in a state of mourning. So just look around. Pay attention to how people are prospering. Pay attention to how people are using this time to elevate themselves, to, do more for themselves, to feel just a little bit better. Because it's best to do something than to just sit there in turmoil and defeat, devastation, and all of that. For what? For what? So this is the great AM message for the great I am. The I am within you that moves and does things, regardless if doors were shut on you on purpose, man. I remember doing some videos about scales to success in 2006, 2007, and I've lost all of that content. But you know what? Nothing is ever lost when it came from internal dimensions. When you worked yourself to the point where you understood who you are today, it can't be lost. It can never be lost. It's just like things on the internet. When people think that they've hidden something, that's the very moment it shows up. It just shows up. And before you know it, it's like, wow. And it is so more convenient for you to tell everything about you so nobody will ever have an opportunity to tell somebody something other than a lie about you. Tell on yourself. Whatever you've done, if you have done it, it has been done. It's over. If you're still living, you're able to remember and you're able to design that for yourself. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts for the AM. All right, guys, have a great one, and we'll see you next time.